And today I'm going to show you how to make an accordion book. So an accordion book is basically a book, but it doesn't have any binding on one side, so you can open it from both ways and be able to get the pages from both sides. So what we're going to start with is 2 squares of chipboard. Now I cut mine to 5 inches, but you can cut yours however long or to however big you want them. But you need 2 of very well measured panels. And chipboard is ideal for making books because it's a little bit thicker than average cardboard. It's not corrugated and it holds up. It's really sturdy. But I've also seen people make these with illustration board and it works out well. So once you have your 2 squares cut out, you need to start making your pages. So I used 18 by 24 drawing paper and I measured each square to 4.5 inches, but you don't need to use the exact same drawing paper or the exact same paper. It's just kind of whatever you prefer and whatever you have on hand. So I measured out strips. You don't want to cut the pages individually. You want to measure out the size squares that you need, and then you want to fold them so they look like an accordion book. So I already have 2 sets done. And when you want to attach pages, you always want to leave another little 1/2 inch to 1 inch of a lip so you can attach the pages, and then you have a longer accordion. So what I'm going to do is I have my accordion and I have my other set of pages. I'm going to put glue on this lip, and then I'm going to attach it just like that so it fits nicely into the fold. So basically any kind of craft glue works, but as far as attaching the pages goes, it's just easier if you use glue stick because you get a nice application, a nice even application of glue, and you don't really have to worry too much about like adding a lot of moisture and making your paper buckle. So once I've covered that nicely in glue stick, I'm going to stand it up so you can see. And then I'm going to slide the edge of one right into where the lip is, into the fold, and I'm going to attach that neatly, and then I'm going to rub that so it adheres well. And there you go. So you might have to change the direction of some of your folds so it turns into one neat accordion, but I measured that pretty well and I had that set up nicely, so now it's just one big accordion. So now what you're going to do is cover the covers of your book. So I cut 2 pieces of paper. These are 6.5 inches, and this is going to be what covers the chipboard to make a nice cover. And you usually want like an inch or like about an inch and a half margin for the book, so it just folds over nicely and you get nice neat covered edges like this. So what we're going to do is I'm going to cover one side in decoupage glue, and there's a special kind of bookbinding glue. It's made out of cornstarch and water, but you have to heat it to be a specific temperature to get it the thickness you need, and I don't have the availability of the stove. But decoupage glue works just as well. You just have to get a nice even coating on it and like make sure you reach all the edges of your paper. So I'm gonna do that. Covered all my edges. And now you're going to take your other panel of chipboard and you're going to lay it over the center of the paper as neatly as you can, and you want to have all your margins as even as possible. So that looks pretty even, so I'm just going to smooth that down. And if you get any bubbles or something on the side, you can rub them out with your hands before you fold the edges over, or you can use a bone folder to smooth them out, but you just have to be careful that you don't score the paper so much, because scoring it actually rubs away some of the fibers and makes the paper thinner. So now that we do that, I'm going to take scissors and I'm going to cut the corners of each side of the paper so they're easy to fold over. And you want to leave a little bit more of a lip on there because that'll fold up nicely over the corner so you don't see any of the chipboard showing. So I'm just going to finish doing that. Okay, throw my corners away. This one. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold the edges over. So I'm going to score it right here with my fingernail. And you can use a bone folder, which is like a nice, easy tool to use. It's just kind of rectangular with a point on the end, and it's just easy for scoring, or you can use your fingernail if you don't have a bone folder available. So I'm going to score that so it stands up, and then I'm just going to fold the edge over and smooth it down nice and neat. And I might have to put a little bit more glue on there because that's not sticking well. Okay. I'm going to do that on all my edges real quick. Okay, now I'm going to attach the pages to my book. So I have my accordion all put together. I'm going to take one of my panels and I'm just going to paint glue on this side of the pages. And you just want to use one. Go nice and even. Like that. Okay, and now I'm going to line up my panel with the side of the book, and I'm going to get it as close to the center as I can. So I'm going to put it on like this, and you can adjust it as long as the glue is still wet if you don't get it in the perfect center. Okay, I'm going to just smooth that down. Now I'm going to do the other side. And then I'm just going to put that on nice and neatly. I'm going to smooth that, and I have that pretty much in the center. Just smooth that down. And then there you go. You have a nice accordion book, and you can decorate the covers however you want, and you can use whatever kind of paper you want for the outside. It doesn't matter. I just used drawing paper because that's what I had on hand. But it provides like a nice white blank canvas to draw on. You can decorate it however you want and make it really personal. And then you have a bunch of pages to fill up. And it's just kind of like a cool project, and they're versatile. And you can probably convert this into like a normal book too. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. And good luck in all your future bookmaking endeavors.